that put Argentina into Manchester and the group stages. They came through there. This has been quite the journey for them, and now they find themselves one win away from the semis.
8 finalists and 1 trophy.
That trophy is, of course, something they've got their hands on just once before. Argentina, a historic win in Zagreb. Del Potro and co. taking the trophy back home.
Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the World Cup of Tennis.
And now let's welcome the first player. Damos la bienvenida al jugador de Italia.
Yeah, you might know this guy. He's been pretty good lately.
Benvenuto, Jannik.
A winning machine.
Y a continuación, con todos vosotros, jugador de Argentina.
Monumental task on this man's hands today. Diminutive figure, isn't he? But as you say, he has got a big heart.
Yeah, and actually in his position, this is just a match, really. You can attack absolutely no pressure, and you can make yourself a hero forever. Because if he was to win this match, it would be arguably the biggest shock of the year.
Yeah, hard to disagree with that.
Because big players, and as we know with Sinner, the world #1, they don't lose these matches. So if Baez does cause the upset, wow, it will shock the tennis world.
Para ello queremos dar la bienvenida a nuestra invitada de Unicredit. Gracias y bienvenida a la señora María Julia Marra.
Jannik, photo please, both sides. This side first, please. And the other side as well, please. So, I'm just gonna... You have the flag on the box for the towels. You have the flag on the box for the towels. The ball pins are not touching the towel, okay? Jannik, you have the flag on the box for the towels, and the ball kits are not touching the towels, all right? Questions? Questions? No? So you wanted to ask Jannik? So it's the trophy or Davis Cup? Trophy? Yeah. Trophy? Receive? The match. Well done. Thank you.
Well, that was a bold choice, given how well Sinner's been serving of late, but Sebastian Baez wanting a look at the Sinner serve to kick things off.
Well, his record against top 20 players on hard, played 14, lost 14. Sinner's record on hard this year, won 53 of his 56 matches.
So Sinner and Baez. Sinner in a similar situation to what he found himself last year, of course, here in the semi-finals when he came to his country's rescue, the 23-year-old who's barely put a foot wrong, is he? Let's be honest about it. Over the last 3 to 4 months on court, it's been so impressive. The serve has, guess, I mean, every aspect of his game has been on, hasn't it? But the serve has laid the foundations for that. He's become almost impenetrable on serve.
Yeah. Obviously, so much confidence that he's playing with, and, you know, perfect conditions, that with it being indoors, a great court for Sinner. And I think we all wondered that win against Djokovic here last year when he saved those match points, the fact that he went on to win or help Italy win the Davis Cup, would that set him up to propel his career to new heights? It's absolutely done that.
Sebastian Baez, on the other hand, 23 years of age, as Barry referenced. He's got a career, when you look at it, it's fairly lopsided in terms of playing well on one surface. It's been largely on the clay that he's been able to do the business, and that was very much the case this season. In fact, overall, if you look at it, 26 wins and 11 defeats on clay, 5 wins and 13 on a hard court. And started the year well, didn't he, with that South American swing? That win in Rio was huge.
Yeah, but I mean, I mentioned his record on hard against top 20 players. His record against top 20 players, period, he's only won 3 matches. So although you say it's lopsided on clay, it's more in those smaller events. I mean, you still got to be world-class player to win ATP titles, but when you're facing the very best, what does he have in his locker to be able to, first of all, turn around that head-to-head and to be able to beat Jannik Sinner? I mean, I guess the one thing that you can cling to, Sunday night, Sinner reached perfection. So it's a quick turnaround. Is he a little jaded? Personally, I don't think so. But you've got to try and cling on to anything, haven't you?
Yeah, first player since the 80s, wasn't it? 1986, in fact, Ivan Lendl to win the Tour finals without dropping a set. It was a one-man show, in fairness, at times in Turin. He was front and centre over there. So what would Corey have said to this man today? What would the message have been, do you think, to Baez from his captain?
Well, knowing Corey as a player, it's just fight. Just fight for every single point. And, well, he does that. So that's natural to him.
Yeah, only played the once, in fact, in Manchester, of course, because of his record indoor hard. He struggled earlier on, then was benched. Echeverry came into play in Manchester, and actually that proved to be a very good decision because he was outstanding.
And you were in Manchester, and a lot slower, wasn't it, there?
It was.
To here.
Yeah, certainly felt that way anyway. Particularly the balls, that was the key there. I think they were really fluffing up. Maybe a slightly grittier court than the one we have here.
I mean, I think probably, if you're looking at it, is try, if you can, not easy to do, but if you're biased, to try and play the opening 10 minutes, play your game, play the basics. Maybe don't open up the court too early in the rally, go cross-court, you know. If Sinner can find that change of direction shot early on, he clicks into gear, okay, then you maybe have to look at something different, but I think do not overplay. Do not sort of go out of bounds early in the first couple of games, because if Sinner does get up early 3-love, then that's only going to make your life a lot more difficult.
There is not much, it seems, that can ruffle this man. He is such a calm individual, isn't he? So rarely makes bad decisions, it seems, these days on a tennis court, does he? Of course, winning helps, and we can always wax lyrical when a player's playing as well as he does, but he doesn't seem to be any more rash, does he? Obviously, with Alcaraz, when we were going to compare the two, Carlos does have a few more ups and downs within matches, but Sinner, at the moment, is just keeping such a sustained high level, isn't he, throughout the course of his matches. And it's causing the rest of the tour to sit up and chase him. So Argentina, one win away from reaching the semi-finals here in Malaga. It is an almighty task that Sebastian Baez has on his hands. Trying to slay this man.
First set, representing Italy,
Sinner
Jannik Sinner to serve.
begin.
Ready? Play. Left. Release. Zero, 15, love, 15.
Baez's recent form has actually seen him come here off the back of 6 defeats in a row. Hasn't won a match since he beat Darderi in the first round of the US Open in 4.
Sinner beat in the final last week, Taylor Fritz. Well, do you want to know his head-to-head against Baez?
Tell me.
10 sets. Lost 19 games. Has only faced 8 break points. Has been broken only a couple of times.
Didn't play in September in Bologna, Sinner, but he was there for a couple of days at least, of course, fresh from winning the US Open. And others to take the strain, to send Italy through to the last 8.
Italy. Prima juego, first game.
I think some of the reasons are that Baez has struggled so much on a quicker court so far in his career.
Sorry, on hard court?
Yeah, just I mean, obviously.
Well, I think just in general against the very best, Nick. You know, just 3 wins against top 20 players on any surface. Just 1 win against top 10 is, you know, he is an unbelievable tennis player, but he doesn't have a great serve, and he hits the ball extremely well from the back of the court, but he doesn't have that little extra, that big shot. So in many ways, he's sort of reliant on top players having off days.
Yeah, only 5'7", which obviously is a little bit of a hindrance to his ability to serve with real potency. This man knows a thing or two about that.
Iguales 15-all.
That's nice. It's fair to say on this court where it is quicker, it will help the servers that don't have as much pace there, Barry. do you think?
Yes, yeah, it definitely does. This is a great service. So big on any surface, any conditions. As we saw with Mazzetti in the previous match, you've got to be able to hit your spots though. Especially against someone like Sinner.
40-15. Argentina.
That's the start he was looking for. Just keep himself in touch early on.
It's one of those situations where, if you said, would you sign for 3-all? Absolutely. Take that all day long.
First of his 2 titles, 6 titles, should I say, 2 this year, back-to-back during that golden swing. Of course, also one in Santiago, off the back of his win in Rio. Say it was probably one of the best hard-court seasons of all time that Sinner's just put together. A fair assessment?
Yeah, it's one of the best seasons, isn't it? Period.
Yeah.
Before Djokovic fans get angry with me, no, he won 3 majors. For a lot. That gives you that little extra in that box.
15-all.
Federer had a couple of those amazing years, didn't he?
Yeah.
From Baez, just staying in the point. I think it's so important to just, maybe potentially frustrate Sinner. Not easy to come out if you've played perfection on Sunday, ATP finals, then 4 days later have to reach the same intensity, same level. It's really good discipline from Baez.
Served twice in Turin in the course of his 5 wins to Jannik Sinner. One of those against Medvedev, the other time was against De Minaur in the group stages. No one really came close, did they? To making much of an impact on return.
But he leads the tour. Service games won this year. Incredible, 91%. Leads the tour in terms of points won on second serve. He's third, points one on first serve. Complete player.
And then to dig himself out of a small hole in his second hole here. 2-1, he leads.
La selección española de tenis.
Well, that's early on, open 3 games. Big difference, as we would expect. 11 Ks on the first serve for Sinner. 9 Ks on the forehand. Another 8 Ks on the backhand. He just crushes the ball left, right, and centre. I swear I'd love to be sort of a fly on the wall in the Argentinian camp. You know, how do they approach this? You know, realistically.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to say to Baez, go out there and lose. So you've got to obviously build it up. You've got to... the old sort of tennis cliches, you never know.
I mean, I guess the message would have been the pressure's all on your opponent.
Yeah.
That would have probably been the...
Yeah, but you and me would handle the pressure differently to someone who's won 2 majors in the ATP finals and has barely lost.
Yeah. And he's smelling a break here as well.
It's kind of what he wants, you know, at this stage of the season. He wants these matches. Might be harder, actually, for him to play a sort of a first round of a regular tournament.
Yeah, that was a little timid. He was outmatched from the back. And he finds himself down an early break.
Gracias. Thank you.
To Bolelli and Vavasori, 100% play the doubles.
I was thinking the same thing.
15-0.
No, I don't think they do. I don't think that's 100%.
Last year?
No, I don't think that's 100% at all. Thankfully, that's not a decision I have to make.
Yeah. We can just throw it out there.
Sinner played with Sonigo last year. He's not here this time around.
Sinner Berrettini. And look at that open stance. How early he hits it. Good firm foundations, weight going through it. Oh, it's just a thing of beauty.
30 for 10.
When was the last doubles match Jannik Sinner played?
Here last year?
I think he played with Jack Draper, didn't he, in Canada?
Yeah, good shout. I think they played one match, didn't they? Which they won.
Fault.
He's played 7 doubles matches this year, actually.
It's not only got pace, it's got depth. And it's simply too hot to handle.
Yeah, and he's also got the height. He takes the net out of play. This will be a great camera angle to show. I mean, it's devastating. It's just a shot that he can reproduce over and over again.
Forged a good lead here early on as Jannik Sinner. He's up 4-1. So many people have had an influence in Jannik Sinner's career, but of course worth remembering the role that Massimo Sartori has played in those early years, Barrett.
Yeah, and then obviously the baton was handed over to Riccardo Piatti. And now with Moni Vagnozzi and Darren Cahill.
Yeah, it was Massimo Sartori in many ways that sort of found Sinner and guided him, wasn't it, in the very early days of his career. Couldn't play a lot of tennis, did he, until his early teens.
Yeah, skiing was his preference.
There's two gentlemen that may well be called into action. The doubles, if necessary. See the problems he has because the forehand is just not big enough, is it, in that situation to be able to rush Sinner when he is coming in. It was a great pass, but one that you feel Sinner was always likely to make.
30 on. 40-30. Argentina Italiana 4-2. 4 games to 2.
We went with this earlier on. We were discussing Sebastian Baez's heroic recovery, really, in February against the Kazakhs. Tied at 2 apiece. He went out there. Took on the world number 350. Dmitry Popko was actually down 5-4 in the third, with Popko serving to take Kazakhstan through. Popko then had 2 match points against Baez at 6-4 in the final set breaker. Extraordinary win. And he turned it around, winning the last 4 points to set Argentina on this great run that they've been on.
Was 59.
Stayed with him well.
Yeah, that's what he's got to do. Unfortunately, he got himself down a break. Baez, he was making too many errors. He cannot afford to make more errors than Sinner. He's not going to outpower him. He's not going to hit more winners. So that's the battle he has to try and somehow win. It's not easy to do when you're facing Sinner, who's hitting the ball at 130 odd Ks.
That's a great serve, because that's only really an 80% serve, isn't it, pace-wise? He's not hit that full out.
I think what we've got now these days is the ability for players to serve consistently around 65–70%. When you think of someone like Sampras, who's one of the greatest servers this sport has ever seen. And you look back at his career and his first serve percentage.
Look at someone like Zverev this season, who's up above 70.
Yeah. Against Zverev at 71, Shelton 69. Alcaraz 66. Djokovic 64.
Magnificent return. Getting Sinner on the back foot, not easy to do off what was a good first serve. It's of course the game where the balls are at their oldest, and Baez looking to try and capitalise on that.
Ventaja.
Service improved that particular one. Fourth ace.
Just came off it a little bit, trying to keep the depth. And Sinner's able to sprint to the chair. It's a game away from taking the first.
Ponga todo su empeño. Respete al adversario, al que está enfrente, al que lleva dentro. Redefina las líneas en cada pista. Encuentre en la adversidad el auténtico valor de la victoria.
Time.
Noise coming from the Italian end right now. They're in need of a lift, and Sinner predictably is seemingly going to give them one. Italy, of course, winning the Davis Cup for just the second time in their history here last year. Beating Australia in that final.
It's the semi-final, wasn't it, that set it up? That's good from Baez. Been able to do that too many times in the opening set.
Was inviting, and Sinner jumped all over it. Set points on the table for the world's best.
That's just devastating. Shorten his backswing. It's just unplayable.
Purchase on the serve. Trying to hang on, keep this first set alive. Might just do that as well.
Yeah, that's better.
Ventaja Argentina.
Absolutely, it's those types of points got to try and play more of. Sinner comes up with a great shot. Tip your hat. Like that.
So often with good clay court players, and we don't want to sort of put him in that pigeon the whole time, but your movement on a hard court is different, isn't it? And it's when you're rushed like that, and obviously against Sinner you're going to be rushed, but it's those wide positions where you're going to slide into the ball, you're going to give yourself a bit more shape. She doesn't have that opportunity, obviously, not only against Sinner, but on a hard court in particular, and especially a fast one. Unsettling him with that pace off both sides. Sinner with another set point.
Points he's played. Yeah, challenge Sinner to be the one to change direction. After all, Sinner's only hit 3 winners. You take out the aces, 3 winners. So it's not as if he's played jaw-dropping tennis. But you know what I mean? I mean, this is a normal performance. This is, you know, what would be a 7 out of 10 for Sinner?
It should be good enough as well to wrap up this opening set.
Iguales, Juice.
191 Ks, right up there in terms of the pace that he can produce. Oh, he's made it, I think. And Sinner's going to have to accept it.
Yeah, no call. Right on the line.
Argentina.
A good game for Baez. Have to save the set points as well.
impossible situation for Baez, just dragged out of court. No really way back thereafter.
Yeah, and even if he made it, defending down the line, you're probably going to lose the point anyway. Ideally, if you can you just take one hand off the racket, just try and chip it back, give yourself a bit more time. It's relentless ball striking from Sinner.
Let second serve.
Just a fraction too aggressive, even by his lofty standards.
We're forgiven.
Get this set done and dusted here. Challenge for him as well in that situation is he sort of holds his position, doesn't he? He's not someone that moves up to the ball. Just taking that a little bit earlier might have given himself a bit more of an opportunity. Italy need the world #1, and right now the world #1 is stepping up. First here in Malaga, comfortably, 6-2.
Well, ironically enough, the last player to take a set against him, Thomas Martin Echeverry in Shanghai. I think that's now 21 in a row for Sinner. Brilliant set. 11 errors for Baez. He can just cut a few of those out. Sinner, brilliant yet again.
Things going well for the Italians here, as we thought they might be. No such thing as an unbeatable player, but Jannik Sinner right now in the richest of places. Confidence overflowing in his game against an opponent who, let's be honest, is a little bit limited out there in terms of weaponry.
I think that last service hole was important, just to try and could to just get through that game, and he had all the set points which he saved. He then had the game point, but he just couldn't get through it. Baez. Got to cling on to anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's eventually sealed the deal on his 6th set point. Wasn't the longest game of the week.
Had a few contenders for that, haven't we? Sinner to begin the second. In those 21 sets, I think it was 21, you said, is that right?
Yeah.
How many times has he been broken in those 21 sets? Well, Shanghai, of course, and Turin. What's the number there?
To just dig back to the Echeverry to see when he actually lost serve, because he lost serve once, but that could have been in the first set when he lost it, 7-6. So since then, he was only broken once
15-0
in Shanghai. That was against Match in the semi-finals. And then the ATP finals, he was broken a couple of times. Once against Medvedev and once against Dumanor. If you give me 30 seconds, I'll let you know on the Echeverry.
Okay. He's made it. May have cut it a little finer than he wanted, but the move forward was a profitable one.
15-13.
So he's broken in the second set against Echeverry. So what? That's 20 out of his last 21 sets. He's been broken 3 times.
Oh. There's some rate.
I think it's though as well, Nick. He's not facing break points. It's not as if he's having to face 10 break points in a match.
Yeah, of course, it was in the early part of the season, wasn't it, when he was saving so many of those break points, in Australia in particular.
40-13.
Let's not forget, of course, he won the Australian Open, only losing serve twice up until the final. Medvedev broke him 4 times in the final.
22 break points he's faced in 21 sets.
Scary numbers. Won't face one there either, as he builds into that lead that he's established here. A reminder, head to daviscup.com if you haven't already, and have a bit of fun. We've got a new game that you can play over there. We'll make some predictions of the matches that are taking place here over the weekend. Bileli and Vavasori have gone off. Win some prizes as well if you just go to daviscup.com and check it out.
Have you done on your predictor?
I think I've got some work to do, Baz. Let's put it like that. Points mean prizes, and I haven't got many points.
Well, I've been hauled into the headmaster's office. I went for Sinner here, though.
Needs improvement. I was a regular on my return of my school forms, and I think it's not much has changed.
Just playing down the middle there. Price.
15-13.
How would Correa play Sinner? You know that's going through his mind. Knock over his bag. Kick the water bottle.
Do what he could, wouldn't he?
Drop shot him. Good luck trying to drop shot him. When he's on the baseline, pulling the ball though.
It's all looking rather ominous out here because Jannik Sinner's now got a set and a break lead. This could be a relatively straightforward evening.
Continue to find your spots on your serve, you can produce these types of short points.
15 love.
His lead at the top of the world rankings now after that win in Turin is 4,000 points, very nearly. So he's going to be tough to knock off the perch for a while.
30 love.
Zverev actually finished the year at 2 ahead of Alcaraz. And Fritz finishing in the top 4 for the first time.
Nearly double the amount of points for Sinner, 0 to 4 shots. That's why he's 8-2 up, soon to be 9-2. It's so interesting that if you know, obviously you got this match, you know, played as a tennis match, and it's a bit of a mismatch. But if you had it where underarm feed played out the hand, it'd be close to 50-50.
Yeah.
In fact, over 9 shots, Baez has won 5 of the 8 points, and that's the problem. It's only 8 points.
Not going to catch up to that one. And this is a bit of a mismatch at the moment here in Malaga, because Sinner is marching towards another win, and that'll take us into a deciding doubles.
In a world where every second counts, will he make it on time? Out here on the streets, anything can happen when the odds are stacked against you. One man finds the will, the drive, the passion to steer his path to destiny. It's a Swift.
We have something to tell you. We entered a competition. We won a braai with Marks, Kitchoff, and Sasha Feinberg Gomizulu. Is he okay? Let's braai! Kitchoff! Best day of my life. Best day of my life!
Buy any Pick n Pay Country Classic Boerenbos Bomb Squad Beer or KWB 5-year-old brandy on Pick n Pay ASAP and stand to win a braai without boys. Just tap ASAP. T's and C's apply.
Trying to find some optimism from somewhere, I'm sure, for his charge. Sebastian Baez out here. It's 50 minutes on the clock, and he trails by a set 3-love. Staggering get that was from Sinner.
Yeah, how quickly did he move from that outside the right side of the court off the return and then hit the chip back at the other side of the court. Bit poor volley from Baez.
You know, interesting because Taylor Fritz said something fascinating after he lost to Sinner. I think it was in Shanghai, I want to say. And he was talking about the challenges of playing Sinner and Alcaraz, to be fair. And he said, you almost never feel like they are defending.
Yeah. Well, I think the errors come because you're aware of that they almost feel that they can get every ball back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I mean, that's Federer-like, isn't it? How quickly he moved through this.
That's 16 of the 20 points played in set number 2, and the world number 1 is secured. I think we can safely say this one's going to the doubles.
Yeah. And, this is where the captains have got to make their picks. Well, Argentina doubles will pick themselves. The Italians, will Villandri stick with his regular doubles partnership? Bob Bryan didn't earlier on today. It was a late call.
Yeah, worth remembering that Argentina have the 4th highest ranked doubles player in the world that can't even get in the team. Horacio Zeballos. He's kept out. And of course he was kept out of the Olympic selection as well, which he was not pleased about, I'm reliably told.
0-30. Love 13. Still
would back him to serve his way out of trouble here, wouldn't you?
He certainly would. To fend off a couple of break points though. He's finding some good length off the return.
Half of his unforced errors in the first set from Baez were in the net.
Which tells us what?
I almost feel like, of course, he's being rushed by the core and also Sinner. He's probably feeling under more pressure to go for a little bit more as well.
Yeah. Take the ball a bit lower, isn't it? Just try and get the ball through the court a bit more.
You know, he does. He makes you feel very uncomfortable, Sinner.
Ventaja Italy.
Because if Baez played Baez tomorrow, he wouldn't make any errors.
That's landed right beneath our commentary box. Couldn't quite see, but we assume it's been caught by someone.
I mean, he was celebrating, but come on.
Oh, man.
If you can't catch that.
Anything for a bit of glory.
Nice from Baez.
Argentina.
Hooking his forehand into Sinner's forehand. He's faced more break points in this game than he's done in his last 20 sets.
Still unable to finish this game off. Thomas Echeverry not part of the action today, but played a big role in Manchester to help the team reach this stage. Quality competitor. Too many holes in his game.
Ventaja Italia.
Forced to play a rather awkward volley, wasn't he? He didn't do enough with it.
It's interesting, he's volleyed twice this game.
16 points in this game, in total so far.
I say that because it's not something he's necessarily had to do. So it'd be interesting the thought pattern behind it. I guess sometimes you get those long games and you do have to kind of change the rhythm. Sometimes you don't want to become too predictable.
Yeah.
I think also, Nick, that just because you lose the point doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad play. In Baez's mind, that might happen again.
Flat.
Forced to work mightily hard, but in the end it's a familiar outcome. It's a hole for Sinner, who's a game away from victory.
Just listen to them. Surrender to the Andalusian cry.
Yet again, it would seem as though we're going to need a doubles to determine the outcome of a tie here this week in Malaga. That has been the theme, really. The only exception, of course, Germany's 2-0 win over Canada yesterday. But we thought it looked like 8 very competitive teams coming here, and that has proved to be the case.
0-15. Love attack.
It's one of his biggest hits of the day. Sinner will look to win for a 71st time today on the season.
Granda Kinsa. 30 for 10.
Lost to a single player outside the top 20 all year, Sinner. Incredible. Lost to one player outside the top 10. Sebastian in Monte Carlo, who was ranked 12 at the time. Nice man to have at your disposal when you are in this position, that's for sure. 2 points from the win.
Juego Argentina.
So avoids a bagel. I think a breadstick is likely. Point of the match from Sebastian Baez. They got so much pace on that flick. And Baez held his position.
Igualas 15-0.
Mark Woodford in the background there, of course, on the board of the ITF is Mark. A very central role in shaping this competition these days.
30 for 10.
It's been too consistent. Ball strike has been too heavy for Baez to cope with. He has been in a class of his own. Jannik Sinner draws Italy level in Malaga. And once again, we will need